Welcome to Everyday Stories, where extraordinary stories unfold from the simplest of moments. Today we bring you the heartwarming tale of John, a humble mechanic whose life changed forever thanks to an act of kindness on a rainy day. John was no stranger to hard work. He spent long hours at the local garage, repairing engines, tuning up cars, and helping customers with their vehicles. Life was steady but unremarkable, and his modest home on the edge of town reflected his simple lifestyle. John's world revolved around his tools and the satisfaction of a job well done. He never expected anything extraordinary to come his way. One evening, as the rain poured down relentlessly, John was driving home after another exhausting day at work. The streets were slick, and visibility was poor. Suddenly, the flashing hazard lights of a car caught his attention. On the side of the road stood a woman, drenched and clutching her coat tightly against the cold. John pulled over without hesitation. As he stepped out into the rain, he asked the woman if she needed assistance. She explained that her car wouldn't start. John quickly diagnosed the issue: a dead battery. With practiced efficiency, he retrieved his jumper cables and got to work. In minutes, the engine roared back to life. The woman, grateful and visibly relieved, offered to pay John for his help, but he waved her off with a kind smile, saying, "No need for that. Just help someone else when they're in need." She introduced herself as Sarah, her expression thoughtful as she thanked him again before driving off into the rainy night. 2 days later, John's ordinary life took an extraordinary turn. While working on a truck at the garage, his phone rang. It was his neighbor, speaking with urgency. "John, you need to come home now. There's a helicopter in front of your house." John's heart raced. What could possibly be happening? He rushed home, and to his astonishment, a sleek helicopter was parked right outside his modest home. A group of people in sharp suits waited nearby. As John approached, one of them stepped forward. "Mr. Thompson," the man began with a polite smile, "we're here on behalf of someone you helped recently." "Sarah?" John asked, remembering the woman stranded in the rain. The man nodded and handed John an envelope. With trembling hands, John opened it. Inside was a brief note. "Your kindness meant more than you know. Please, come with us." Confused but intrigued, John agreed. Moments later, he found himself in the helicopter, soaring above his small town. The destination was a grand estate on the outskirts of the city. As they descended, John was struck by the sheer magnificence of the mansion, surrounded by lush gardens and intricate fountains. Inside the opulent home, John was led to a room with towering windows overlooking the estate. There, standing by the window, was Sarah. She turned and greeted him with a warm smile, her presence exuding elegance and grace. "John," she said softly, "I've been waiting for you." Still overwhelmed, John asked, "What is all this? Why am I here?" Sarah's expression turned serious but kind. "That evening, you stopped to help me when you didn't have to. It may have seemed like a small gesture, but to me it was profound. I'm not just Sarah. I own this estate and have resources beyond what most people can imagine. But that day, I was simply someone in need, and you reminded me of the power of kindness." John listened, still unsure where this was going. "I want to repay your kindness in a way that reflects its impact," Sarah continued. "This is more than a thank you. It's an opportunity to transform your life." She handed John an envelope and a set of keys. "Inside is financial security for you, enough to ensure you'll never have to worry again. The keys are to a new car parked outside. But there's one more thing. I want to offer you a position working with me. Your skills and your character are exactly what I'm looking for." John was speechless. The offer was beyond anything he could have imagined. He thanked Sarah, but admitted he needed time to think. Back at home, John stared at the envelope, his mind swirling with emotions. When he finally opened it, he found a check with an astonishing sum. Alongside it was a handwritten note. "The choice is yours, John. Whatever you decide, I'll always be grateful." Days passed as John pondered his decision. The money alone could change his life, but the chance to work with Sarah offered something even greater, a purpose beyond fixing cars. Finally, he made his choice. John called Sarah and accepted her offer. A few days later, the helicopter returned, symbolizing the start of his new chapter. Leaving behind the garage and his old routine, John embraced the opportunities ahead. Working alongside Sarah, he discovered a sense of fulfillment he had never known before. As John stood on the estate's balcony one evening, watching the sunset, he reflected on how a simple act of kindness had reshaped his life. It reminded him of a powerful truth: even the smallest gestures can set ripples in motion, creating waves of change. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Everyday Stories for more inspiring narratives. Let us know in the comments how this story made you feel. Until next time, keep spreading kindness.